God, ow. I just hit.
Let's try that again.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with
Muki.
And as you can see, we're in a different, well, I'm in a different setup because I'm at
Muki's house.
And today we're going to be talking about a range of different issues, like
relationships.
Yeah. Things that bother us.
Yeah.
Things that bother us in relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So we'll just start there. But yeah, if you want to check out this video, then carry on watching. And yeah. Okay, so, Muki.
Yes.
Number one, what bothers you about people? What is your one pet hate in a relationship?
Lack of communication.
Ooh.
Like, it's like, you expect, like, you just need to talk. Like,
yeah.
About anything and everything.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when...
You just need to discuss.
Yeah, you need to, like, sit down and, like, if you have an issue or you have a problem with something, it's not resolved by silence.
It's
or
really
by,
not.
like, I mean, yes.
Or people getting annoyed, just being like, fine.
Yeah.
It's obviously not fine.
That's, like, the biggest lie.
Oh my god.
No one who ever says it's fine actually means it's fine.
That never means.
That means I'm actually really frustrated at you, but I have absolutely no reason
No,
to
I can't even say anything.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, if you want to walk away and you want to take a moment,
time, yeah.
take a moment.
That's not the end.
But don't leave it there.
No, you can't.
It's like, for example, like in my family, like especially like between our siblings, I know it's slightly different, but it's a relationship in itself.
Yeah.
But like, I can't go to bed like being angry or like if my sister and I have had a bit of an argument or something, I can't like then leave it. I have to go back. We have to discuss it because no one needs that feeling.
No, resting on their heart overnight. Yeah.
It's a bit of stress.
It is stress.
No one wants to be stressed in a relationship,
I
whatever
think,
the relationship is.
One of my pet hates is people getting annoyed about. It's probably like the same thing, like people getting annoyed about things, but then just being like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying anything about it. And then just when you're in an argument, they're just like.
No, but the thing is, right, sometimes it doesn't even happen then. It'll be like months, maybe years later. And you're like, wait, I thought we dealt about that.
Yeah, I thought we got over that.
But then again, like everyone has their method and way of working and thinking about things. So.
Some people have the wrong way and the wrong method.
So we just want to work that out and just nip that in the bud. Take it in.
Also, like, people wanted to like, it's obviously like something that happens naturally, but as soon as like you're with someone, they wanted to like slime your way into their life. Slime their way into your life. They're like, oh, family, oh, friends. And like, some things just have a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, well, I think it happens more when you're like, okay, I'm not really on that level with you. And then they're like,
yeah, it's
put in their feet,
sometimes like
right
I think things like that take time and it's between the two people. It's like if you want to bring that person home to meet your family.
Yeah, that's your choice.
I'm not doing that from day one.
Like, because you might not be there on day two, so let's not have. Oh, what about so and so?
This is an important step. This is something that like you're getting through. Like, there's levels to it, and I'm not saying like it's like the Hunger Games. Like no one's gonna kill you, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who I'm surrounded by who care about me.
Yeah.
So it's
they're
like,
gonna be like,
and my family are like the final.
Yeah.
Like that's the end of the race. You're like, oh, okay,
that's nice.
I've made it. Like you've got the friends, you've got food.
And it's not that you're embarrassed. Well, I mean.
wait, rewind. If we're embarrassed.
Because sometimes you don't realise that you're embarrassed till a later stage, and you're like.
But what do you mean? Like
if you're like, I don't really. Say if you're like, I'm not really sure, and you're like, I don't really know if I like you that much. And then you like start to realise that you're like, actually don't want to be that person. And they're like, oh, and then you're like, I don't want you to be your friend because actually I'm not proud of who you are.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, took that in a different direction.
That's like a knife and then just straight to the gut.
Have you got any other pet hates?
Well, because technically I haven't actually been in many relationships, I don't really know.
I think you can say all these things. I think as long as pet hates aren't things that you're like, this is make or break, because obviously like having kids or not having kids is kind of like okay, let's kind of deal with that. But like, I'm always like, I couldn't be with someone who didn't make the bed in the morning. But Muki's bed is not made here.
Yeah, sometimes people got things to do.
People have, and also you could be the one in the relationship that makes the bed, and they could be the one, they might care about something like.
I mean, I do care, but this is Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just gotta wake up.
Sometimes, and I wouldn't care, like, I'm not living with you.
That's true.
I'm not living in your bed.
So you're right then.
Yeah, exactly, it's fine.
We can still be friends. We've got a good relationship, it's fine.
We are both Christian girls.
Yeah.
Christian women. Well, I'm like less of a woman than you.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. I feel like you're more woman than me. but it's really important, I think, I don't know, to let God lead your love life.
Yeah.
Let God write your love story, which is so cliche, but
it is, but like at the same time, it's a common thing, and
yeah.
like people come up with like their lists of their perfect.
Yeah.
This is what I want to see.
And like we are
set high, and he has to have this sort of like features on his face, and he's got to have this skin tone, and he's got to have this. But like and this is gonna sound really harsh, but you're never gonna find someone
who ticks all the boxes.
Yeah. I don't know. It is because I've been reading this book called The Way, which I've been telling you about. If you haven't read,
Who's it by?
It's by Devon Franklin and Megan Good. They're both actors, and I think Devon's a preacher and a pastor and all sorts. But this book is like it literally tells you about yourself, and you didn't even realise that you were that person. But it talks about sex. It talks about relationships. It's because it's new. And it talks about, you know, like mindsets in terms of like when you're dating and when you're not dating and what stage you are in your life and stuff. And it's just very insightful. So I'd say like, if you're one of those people who's not really sure where you're at, or you want to get to know a little bit more about it, or you just want something that's very, very within the Bible and it's very God-driven and it's Christians and it's just...
Because I think there's a lot of Christian books that are like, you know, waiting for God, and like, because I know I'm one of those people, don't judge, like I pray for my future husband, and like loads of people tell me that's really silly because they're like, but you don't know him, you don't know what you're going to be like, so you don't know what he's going to be like, so you're just like praying for no one. I'm like, I'm not praying to him, I'm praying for him.
Yes.
So it's different in that kind of sense. But I think like, I know I'm one of those people, I'm like, one of my like biggest desires in life is like to get married and have kids, lots of kids.
That's me, minus the many kids.
You don't want a lot?
2, maximum 3.
I'm like 3, definitely 4.
So you're 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only 19 and already I can feel that. I think there's a lot of pressures on Christian girls. Single Christian girls between the ages of 18 and 24, a very niche market of girls who there's a lot of pressure on them because you see people like every day on like Pinterest, on like blogs, on Instagram, on Facebook, like all of my Facebook time, like people getting married and stuff like that, and I'm like, where is my husband? That's how I feel. That is literally how I feel.
And you know what, like before it sounds
but it's okay
like we're like, I don't know, jealous or what.
Desperate,
that's not the case.
We're just like,
I'm so happy.
I love
looking
at
married
that.
And people are moving on with their lives and are doing things that are blessed by God and are for them. But sometimes you're just like, it draws you into this mode where you're like,
oh, I want that.
So they're getting married.
They're married.
And you're getting married, and I'm like, here.
Where am I?
I'm eating cookies and I'm like watching Netflix.
Yeah, which is fine for your stage of life at the moment, and that's fine because like God's put you in that stage of life. I mean, and also like waiting isn't just sitting there and saying I'm not going to do anything. No. Let me get up this quote I read the other day. Waiting for God is not laziness. Waiting for God is not going to sleep. Waiting for God is not the abandonment of effort. Waiting for God means first, activity under command. Second, readiness for any new command that may come. Third, the ability to do nothing until the command is given. I think number 3 is like my biggest, the hardest one for me. You're sitting there, you're like, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? And you're like, okay, God, like, because like I pray about all sorts of situations and I feel like God really tells me to wait, and then I'm like, okay, act on these situations, and then it's like, no. So, but that doesn't mean that God isn't telling you to do those certain things. Like, I think especially, I don't know, my non-existent love life is one of the most important things to me in my life, which is kind of weird because I'm 19, but also there's a lot of pressure by the time you're 25 to be married.
Yeah, I mean, like even now sometimes, like I'm 23, just to put that out there, but like there's that kind of idea of like, oh, okay, right, you're 23.
Time's ticking. Where's Mr. Right? Yeah.
And I mean, I've gone through a whole stage in my life. Like I'm 50. Like, what am I talking about?
Yeah, it's true. You feel like
so weird because you're talking about these things. Like you've been doing it since day one. I'm literally 23, and I think sometimes, especially like, and I'm gonna put you in that category because I think it's from like 18 to 25 or something.
Whenever that ends for you.
You're automatically shooting yourself to have built this entire
empire of
thing around you. Mate, I am trying to figure out what outfit I'm wearing tomorrow. Talk less. about the rest of my life. So
Literally.
there is no rush, and that is something that I've always been in terms of, because I'm in my own lane. Like, and that's something that I think a lot of people our age have to realise.
If a fish judged itself by its ability to climb a tree, it'd live its life thinking it's stupid.
There we go. And that is literally it.
It just summarises it.
You. If your relationship is to happen next year or 5 years or 10 years, then that is the way it is, because God's timing is perfect timing.
So if it's
supposed to happen, it's a struggle, because we
Such
as human beings and our mindsets and the way this world and just our environment, like the society that we live in, is so now. Everything has to happen. No patience. If you go get it, like, right now, and it's like,
actually,
but sometimes that isn't. You know, you don't know what's going on. You're not settled. You don't know what's going on, and you're struggling with yourself. You don't know who you are as a person. Why then do you think that you're suddenly in a position to start bringing another human being into your life, and suddenly be like, oh, okay, let me be in a relationship where I'm depending on somebody else to figure me out? Like, you should, you work on yourself. You work
because
on
also, like, when you're in a relationship, you're bringing every single part of you into that kind of like pit of whatever it is.
Your bubble, your new bubble.
So all the things that you didn't know about yourself are then escalated 100% by this person. And of course, God blesses every single situation that you're in, but it's not going to go well.
No.
It's not going to go well at all. How do you feel about being called to life celibacy?
I'm okay with that. Oh, what, my whole entire life?
Yeah.
Well, for me...
Wow! I find that so hard.
That's a difficult one, and I don't think that's for me.
It's a no from me.
That's a no. And shut that. No, but in all seriousness, like, you've got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's never been something that's sat in my life. Like, the way it talks about you waiting to sleep with somebody, basically, it talks about you being celibate within the wait. So for that person, for whoever you're supposed to marry, and that I truly believe in it, and I've always stuck to that.